Transfixed!
I finally got my hands on the Age of the Prime's Powerglide, the last one they had in stock at ages 3 and up, lucky me. And I knew when I saw the photos these little bits were going to bother me. I know what they are, they're supposed to hook onto the wings. Everything else looks so cartoon accurate except these things sticking out. The G1 did not have this problem. I'm actually pretty happy with the old version, and it didn't have that problem either. So I don't know why they did this, but I could tell it was going to bother me. I needed to get it in hand so that I could transform it into alt mode and see if it really was necessary to have these things tab into place and hold the jet mode together. And now that I do have it in hand, I feel like we don't really need these. I think they can be removed. Kind of looks like a G1, but fatter. So yeah, I don't think this locking tab is really that important. I think the arms are going to stay there without it, so I'm going to remove it. So there's two ways to go about that. One is I could use my Dremel rotary tool and just shave that off, but that does tend to kind of melt and create a lot of excess plastic. The other way is just to slice it off with a knife, and I'm thinking that because it's that small, I think I'm going to just try with a knife. Well, the first one went really well, so I'm going to try and do this one on camera. And I'm kind of going to slice from both sides, but actually going from the bottom, there's a bit of a hole here, so this makes it easier to cut because there's less plastic. So just going to get this as close as we can here. I can feel it going through. Just go slowly and be careful. I usually joke about cutting things, but this actually does feel a bit dangerous. I wish I could remove the arms from this toy, but they're pinned in, so we just have to do it the hard way here. Yeah, so if you just push down and rock the blade back and forth, that's usually a good way to get through. That seems to be working here. And there we go. Okay, so that's the main piece off. And then this, from here on, it's just a matter of shaving it down. So you can see there's, you know, there's some excess left over. So we're just going to be really careful and shave this off. You can always take off more plastic. You just can't put it back on. So that's why I go slowly here. I don't want to gouge into it. I just want to go along the contour of it like this. So it's pretty smooth. I can still see some paint there. So that's pretty good. Now to get rid of the rest of it, we're going to use a bit of heat and some alcohol. So I just use the isopropyl alcohol. I get this at Walmart. Just fold up a paper towel, get some alcohol in there, and then this will take off the paint that's left behind. You can also just shave it off if you're careful. So that's gotten the paint off. And then I love to have a heat gun. If you watch my other videos, you know that. If you don't have a heat gun, a hairdryer will work too. Just put it on a high temperature. And the reason we're doing this is to get rid of that white marking there, the scuffing. And again, it's not perfect, but hopefully you can see it took away a lot of that white. It just kind of softens the plastic and sort of lets it melt back together. That's pretty good. I mean, this is up close on a camera. From a distance, it's going to look pretty good. I'll do the same for the other side, and then we'll take a look. Alright, there we go, all cleaned up. I think I did a better job on the second forearm than I did with the first one, but that's how it looks. And I think it's better. I really didn't like those things. I was just posting the video and I realized I forgot to show it in alt mode. So here it is in the A10 Warthog mode. I think that's what it is. And this is what it looks like. So as you can see, I don't think it looks too bad without those little wing pods, whatever they are. If you wanted to cut these off, you could. I would use sprue nippers if you do want to cut those off. I don't think it's necessary though. Or you could just use the same knife. But yeah, these hold on just fine because there's enough friction on the joint where it doesn't need to tab in. I think it's just okay like this as it is. So I thought I better splice in this footage. I also apologize for the vertical footage. I thought I could fit this into a short, but it ran longer than 3 minutes. I did actually cut it down to 3 minutes. There is a short, but if you're watching this one, you're watching the long version. So thank you for that. And again, just nitpicks. I wish that there had been a few changes to this toy. You know, it's got this chest because of this feature, but I wish they'd put like a screw here so you could pull this down and then rotate it 180 and then put it back in. I think that would follow the contours a little bit more. And also I wish that these were on a joint where they could raise up above the wings. Anyway, I thought you'd probably want to see the alt mode, so let's get back to the bot mode though and we'll wrap this up. Now he looks more like he should. And again, the G1 didn't have this problem. The G1 had a nice way of folding the arms up and articulating them better than most G1 transformers, and still had this. And also it had the engines up above the wings rather than behind the wings. Honestly, I don't know what Hasbro is doing sometimes, but there we go. And now the girl who loved POWERGLIDE will love him even more because he has nice, clean forearms. So thanks for watching Transfixed, where we can fix what has broke.